Oh, it says connection is weak. Fuck me. Hold on. Okay, it's gone. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do this quick little live stream on how to get out of a slump. Okay? So what's a slump? A slump is where shit isn't going exactly the way you want it to. And that can be like a day, that can be a week, that can be a year, that can be everything. Now, I also need to hold on. Okay. Hi. Hold on. Need to turn my air conditioning on. Okay. So how do you get out of slump? Hey, Jag, how are you, darling? I wanted to discuss this because we all go through this. We all have slumps. We all have issues. We all have low months. We all have hard times. We all want to know the answer to this question. Okay. So how do you get out of a slump? Okay. Well, what's a slump? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a slump, right? So it's like you're up here and it's like boom, right? And how do you get out of it? Well, number one, I should do like 4 steps to it. Number one, make the decision to get out of the slump. Okay? Make the decision. So what does it look like to get out of the slump? So what I would recommend to somebody who's a client of mine, I would say write down 25 different ways in which you could see yourself out of the slump. What does that look like? Like, get details and specifics on what that looks like and really take that in, okay? And the second part of that would be, what's your resistance, or what part of you doesn't believe that you can get out of the slump? So like, for example, say you're in a slump. Well, what does it look like when I'm out of the slump? And that looks like I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this. And remember to be super specific, because the more specific that you can get, the faster you can get out of the slump, okay? Now, why is that? Because slumps feel like you're literally going downwards and you can't see upwards. You can't see the forest from the trees. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You think that it's like you're facing downwards because you're constantly facing downwards. What you need to do is you need to face upwards, and you need to face like what's the end and be in the end result. And confidently believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that end of the road is coming. And that end of the road, and how do you do that? Be in the end result of being out of the slump. Like, what would it feel like to look back on that period and go, oh, good God, that was a hard time. Fuck, I made it out of that one. Whew. What would it feel like to have that first initial moment where you realize that you were coming out of that slump? What would it feel like to finally breathe a different kind of relief? What would it feel like to have, to go to bed with a different mindset? What would it feel like to wake up with that different mindset? What would it feel like to talk to your friends, to your loved ones, to everything? Olga, I haven't seen you in a while, and I sent you the scheduler for your one-on-one call. I hope you got it, by the way. Don't forget to set that up if you need me. Olga and Jackie are in my boot camp, and they're doing fabulous. And so how do you face that? Okay? So how do you get out of that? How do you get out of the slump? What's the end result of the slump? Okay? So let's say that you're oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Let's say that what's a slump, guys? Let's say that you're making 10K months and you have a 4K month or a 3K month. And that's your slump, and everything is going to shit. Your mindset isn't working. Your mindset work isn't working. Your parents are driving you fucking crazy. Everybody's sending you like messages for like, hey, I want to, whatever, and it's not what you want it to be, and they're like asking for free shit, and oh, okay, cool. I could have sworn I sent that to you because I saw that email, but okay. So sorry about that. So and I hope you feel better. So you're like it's like negative upon negative upon negative upon negative upon negative. What's going on there is your mind is in circle of, I'm in a fucking slump. 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 And you can have all this different chatter about why you're in this slump going on. All sorts of different blocks that are just like coming against you with like rapid speed, so you feel like you're almost in quicksand, right? So what do you do there? Number one, I would look up what is it like to get out of quicksand. First of all, because I hear that a lot, right? And the second thing that you want to do, or the third thing that you want to do, I don't really remember what I'm saying here, but you want to look at, okay, so the first thing that you really want to do is you want to recognize that the reason that you're not getting out of it is because your mind has been saying that you're in this place, that you're like faced down, that you're not like, you might be like kind of like this, like let's say you're here, you're in your slump, right? And let's say that you're looking up, but you're not like, you're just looking up. You're not fully stepping into, I'm fucking out of this slump, motherfucker, what's up? You're not like pushing out and up here and saying, hi, I'm here. I believe that I'm out of this. Everything's great. I've had my 10K month. Great. I'm back to where I am. Great. What's next? I'm fucking excited. I'm fucking astounded how awesome I am, etc., 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 etc. Hey, Anne, how are you, sweetie? Happy holidays. And so it's kind of like you gotta, like, one of the things that I see more than anything, and I go through this too, it's that when you're in a slump, you'll feel like you're coming out of it, like you're kind of like putting your head up here, right? If I have any boogers in my nose, forgive me. You're kind of up here, but because you're still in the momentum of the slump, you get pulled back down again. And you're thinking, none of this shit worked. 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 So I'm fucked. Nothing's working for me. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. That's what you're thinking in a slump, right? So how do you get out of that? Hey, Emily, how are you, sweetie? So how do you get out of that? You really get clear on what it's like to be out of that slump. So, and you really you really focus on the fact that your mindset has been going round and round and round and round and round. Nothing's good. Nothing good is going to happen. 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 And it feels like quicksand. What do you do in quicksand? You fucking relax. You fucking relax because you're in panic mode. You're like, I'm in a slump. I'm in a slump. I'm trying to get out of the slump, but I can't get out of the slump. And you're like, I can't. And so what you want to do, Ariel, we need to schedule your call. What you want to do is you want to relax. Yeah, it is going by super fast. Relax. And make peace with the fact that you feel like you're in a slump. Make peace with the fact that your mind is telling this story. Make peace with the fact that you may not get out of it immediately. There may be a little bit of a time lapse. I had a mentor say that to me just a little bit earlier. There may be a little bit of a time lapse. You could be like hitting there, but instead, like what can also be going on is talk about resistance. You can also be in a state where you're finally getting aligned. Like your subconscious has been like, okay, we're getting out of this slump. But then you have something come at you, or something come at you, or something come at you, and you go back down again. Because it's like your mind doesn't fully believe that you can get out of the slump. So that's why I said go back to number one. Number one assignment is, my hair's a little crazy today, is write down very specifically, and I would even say go to 50 different ways that would show you that you're out of the slump. So like down to the specifics of how you talk to your friends, how you feel in your body, how you feel when you put your makeup on, how you feel when you check your bank account, how you feel when you're talking to your annoying fucking mother, how do you feel when you're talking to your fucking father, how do you feel in all those different situations, how do you feel when you get on a plane, how do you feel about your income when you get on a plane, how do you feel when you're talking to a client, how do you feel when you get that first big aha that you're out of the slump, how does it feel when, notice, like, all these different ways in which you interact in your world, get super specific, okay? And sit in that place of being there. Make the decision that you're there. Make the decision that you're there. What does that mean? There's no other option. It's you create your own reality. Just like, and the thing here is it's a little bit of a subtle thing. What you want to do is you want to make the decision, but you want to make it in a relaxed state. So like, think about it like you're in quicksand. When you lay back in the quicksand and you just kind of let the quicksand do its thing and you don't push against it, you don't panic with it, you just accept that you're going to get out of it, and you kind of play a mind fuck with it. So you're just kind of like chilling and you just accept, and you start thinking all these things that are going on in your mind about what it's going to be like outside of the slump. So like if I was in quicksand, and I would be thinking, let go of all panic, complete let go, like literally let go of all panic whatsoever, and go into, man, we're going to be walking through the thing and talking about how I almost just died, but I didn't. I'm going to be having dinner with my boyfriend and doing this, this, and this. I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. I'm going to be driving in a car going home and saying, I'm never doing that shit again. I'm doing, like, go home and to mom and be like, I was in quicksand and I got out of that shit. Talking about how to get out of quicksand on videos or live streams or whatever it might be. Go into specific details and stay in that momentum. Really fully immerse yourself in that momentum. Really, like, picture the teeny tiny details of being out of that place. Okay? What else? That's the first thing to do. Thank you, Olga. Thanks, Jack. Okay, so the next thing that I would tell you to do, thanks for all the hearts, guys. Then I would tell you to be specific about what the blocks are, right? So like when I said list out all those things that are keeping you from believing that you can, or what are all the things that you need in order to get out of the slump? The second part of this is, what's the resistance to believing that you're worthy of getting out of that slump? So like if you're saying, I told my mom that I was in quicksand and I got out of it, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't fully believe that you're somebody who can pull yourself out of quicksand, then what you want to do, because of whatever story, you want to fully immerse yourself. And sometimes you don't have the time in quicksand, but you want to fully immerse yourself in the fact that maybe there's a time when I might not fully believe in myself, but God damn it, deep down somewhere inside me, I believe that I'm this person who's going to overcome this. And I believe so strongly beyond a shadow of a doubt. I just know that I 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 know it's going to happen. And you just like, you don't allow doubt to come in. You don't allow doubt to come in. You literally, anytime the little peaks, it's shut off, shut off, shut off. And it might take a little bit of time because you might be in panic mode, but it literally shut off, shut off, shut off, shut off, shut off. It's like in urgency mode. Got to shut that off. Got to shut it off. Got to shut it off. Another thing that I would do, since I'm not referring to quicksand. If you're in a slump, one of the things that I always do, I sometimes forget to do this is, I mean, like I've had moments where I've had sleepless nights. I've had moments where I've literally felt like nothing was going to change. I've literally felt like, my entire world was going to crash and burn. I've, worried about business stuff. I've been through all that stuff. And the way to get out of it, or one of the ways to get out of it, or one of the surest signs that I'm on my way out of it, is that I'll be very, 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 very aware of the thought patterns, the internal dialogue that's going on in my head. Hey, Gwen. The thought patterns that are going on in my head. So like if I'm standing there with a cup of coffee in the morning and I'm like, man, I'm fucked. This is so fucked up. I'm not going to get out of this slump, blah, 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 blah. I write that shit in my journal. I write it out because most likely you had this internal monologue, but you aren't consciously aware of how fucked up your inner dialogue is. So in other words, your dialogue, like if you saw how fucked up your dialogue is, you'd recognize if your thoughts create your reality, if your internal monologue all fucking day long is really, really, really fucked up, then you know beyond a shadow of a doubt what you need to do to fix that inner dialogue so that you can shift, because if your thoughts shift, your reality shifts. So that's also a huge momentum, because it's like if you're in a slump and you're face down and you're like, I can't get out of this, I can't get out of this, and you're trying to get out of it, but this internal monologue, a lot of things are going on in a slump. You're trying to get out of this slump, you're face down and you're trying to like do this, and then you got this internal monologue that's saying, I'm in a slump, I'm in a slump, I'm in a slump, what if this doesn't work, what if this doesn't work, what if this doesn't work, and you've got to go against that, and you've got to go against this momentum that's pulling you down, and then you've got this part of you that doesn't fully believe that you can get out of this slump. So you've got like 4 to 5 different things, and then you've got the blocks that are coming up that are creating the slump because there's some part of you that doesn't feel deserving or worthy to move forward. So what you want to do is you want to allow yourself, like, lay back and just be at peace with being in the slump. Look at your internal dialogue. Look at the blocks that are keeping you from being out of the slump. And then look at, what else would I say look at? This is another thing that I'm going to tell you to do. This isn't the last thing, but this is huge. You want to look at the evidence that you're getting around you. Okay, so if you're getting fully aligned and you're, making peace with the slump, and you're looking at your internal dialogue, and you're looking at this and you're looking at that, and you're getting, clients aren't happy with their results, refund requests are coming in, or your problems with your parents, your boyfriend broke up with you, like endless amounts of shit are coming against you, or it feels like it is. What's going on here is that what it could be saying is whatever your mind is thinking about this situation is what's coming up for you to clear, because it's a part of the process in order for you to get out of the slump. So if it's like, no matter what I do, I can't change. No matter what I do, I can't seem to get out of this. No matter what I do, everything is fucked up is coming against me right now. Just when I think that I'm about to be free of this, I get knocked back down again. What the fuck is wrong with me? This is just like the way I was raised. This is just like blah, blah, blah. I can't get out of this. This is so fucked up. Blah, 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 blah. What could be going on there are a few different things. Number one, that end result, and that's why you want to immerse yourself in the end result. That end result could be a place that you actually don't feel worthy of, and it scares the fucking shit out of you. So then I would look at that list again and go, how do I not feel worthy and deserving of this again? Because a lot of times people who are starting out in business, they'll be like, why can't I get a full roster of clients? Why can't I get my first paying client? Why am I not making more money than $5,000 a month? What's going on with me? Why blah, 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 blah. Why are people not paying me? And the reality is, when they really, when we get clear in boot camps and stuff, when I say, okay, do this assignment, get 25 things down on paper, and then they're like, well, yeah, it's perfect. But when we break it down, why do they not feel worthy of it? It hits them on a different level where they're like, fuck. I actually would be running a successful business. I would actually be going against every single thing that my mother or my father taught me that I was. I would be letting go of so much bullshit, it would make my head spin. My husband would be shocked. My children would be shocked. I am not used to this feeling. I would be looking at my finances daily. I would be having to show up for clients. I would be having to be responsible for making sure they had got some sort of results. I would have to do this. I would have to do that. I would have to do this. I would have to do that. And there's a part of you that would rather stay in this slump and be like, why me, than be on that other end. So how do you get out of that? You look at, okay, well, I would be responsible for money issues. Okay, well, and notice, pay attention to this because this is really, really powerful. I would be responsible for money issues. And then there's this part of you that's in that quicksand mentality and that quicksand energy, and you're like freaking out, like, I got to change this, I got to change this, I got to change this. Remember, let go. Let go. Breathe, let go. Sit back and let go. And look at, how do I manage this money situation? This money situation, well, I could get a bookkeeper. Bookkeepers are actually pretty inexpensive. Could I be responsible with my money? Yeah, what if I could be responsible with my money? Have I not forgiven myself for past times where I haven't been responsible with money? What's going on there? Breathe and remember to stay relaxed, because you can go, as you're doing this mindset work with the blocks, you can go back down into slump mode, and then you're like in the same fucked up process where you're like, oh my God, everything's coming at me, and you're saying like everything's fucked up and blah, 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 blah. Thank you for reminding me, because I was like, oh God, is it today? No, it's tomorrow. 12 noon, membership call, guys. 12 noon tomorrow, membership call. The information is in the membership site, and it's on my business page and personal page. Membership call. If you're wondering what that is, you can go to mollysap.com, and we are revamping and relaunching January 20, or late January. Okay? So pay attention to all that, like the slump stuff, right? Okay? So remember, you gotta like get out of panic mode. Get out of panic mode. And pay attention to your internal thoughts. Pay attention to what's going on inside your body, because the minute you start to go, oh God, I can't get out of this, oh God, I can't get out of this, oh God, I can't get out of this, that's when your head's back down again. And you can't get out of it. And you're like, and your internal dialogue is, I can't get out of it, I can't get out of it. And you're looking down and you're looking at all the negative shit. And then you got these big blocks that you can't work through, and you're trying to work through all these blocks, and you feel like you can't come up for air, and you're swimming. And a part of you is like, feels like it can kindly get out, but you're going back down again. So what do? What's the end result? And remember to kind of recognize, that was funny. Recognize that you're in quicksand in your head. So what do you do with quicksand? This is another thing that you could do. Worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario? Meow. Hey, Lauren. What's worst case scenario? You have another shitty month. Your business goes into shit. You're bankrupt. Blah, 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 blah. And this is another really powerful thing to do. Kind of go there. Accept that could happen. Because what'll happen is when you look the fear face to face, and you stop, going like, cause like you're afraid to look at the fear. So you're like doing this, like, I don't want to deal with the fear. 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 I can't get out of this. I can't get out of this. I don't want to deal with the fear. I can't get out of this. I don't want to deal with the fear. I can't get out of this. And so you've got 10 million different things saying you're fucked. And you're creating this for yourself. Victim mode. Okay, does all that make sense, guys? I've got to run, but that's how you get out of it. Recognize that you're in this, I love Tim Ferriss, recognize that you're in this crazy spin, and be cool enough to be like, all right, what's going on? Kind of like a 2-year-old who, they're fucking annoying the shit out of you, but they're a 2-year-old. And this happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the most successful people. I've worked with multi-million-dollar clients. This fucking happens. The only reason that you don't see it is because they've dealt with it so many times that they know exactly what to do. And another thing, multi-million-dollar earners, they go through these periods where they'll feel like they're in a slump. They've just gotten better at knowing what to do when they're in the slump. So don't give up. Recognize, go through this process, because you'll have a lot of go through it and keep going through it. The point is to relax and trust. Cool? Lots of love. If you have any questions, let me know. And by the way, if you want to join my live event here in Austin, Texas, there's still a few days left to join. It is January 8th through the 10th, and we can cover all sorts of different stuff. It's $19.97 for a seat. I can guarantee you, if you're in a slump and you want to get out of it, it's the place to come to get out of it. You're going to have pretty intense one-on-one attention from me, and I've helped people make millions of dollars and have multiple orgasms and endless amounts of other shit. So, you want to get out of the slump, let me fucking know. Okay? So, and memberships call is tomorrow, 12 Central. 12 p.m. Central. Lauren went to the event, breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. Abso-fucking-lutely. It will also help you set up your 2017 for like massive fucking results too. What else? That's it. I'm going to meet my in-house assistant, and I am really excited about that. She is an energy healer on top of everything else, and she does massages, and she was a previous bookkeeper. So I've got like all this shit wrapped up into one, and then she's a doll. So, and she cooks. So I'm going to be excited about that. And if you have any questions about the event, please PM me, and the link is in the pin post somewhere. Speaking of orgasms, I saw something that made me think of you. I'll send you the picture. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yep, upgrade like a motherfucker. I've been putting this off for a while, but I realized like I need a fucking assistant. I need someone to take care of my fucking ass. I need somebody to tell me when to go brush my teeth and turn on the fucking TV and fucking kick back and all that other bullshit. So, all right, have questions, please reach out. Oh, one thing that I really would love from all you guys is if you have any suggestions about live streams, please put them in the comments, because I would really like to do content for you that you really are interested in learning from, and I want to hear from you. So if you have any ideas or topics that you want me to discuss, I'm pretty damn sure that other people are interested in hearing about it too. And I will literally do a 20 to 30, 45, an hour long live stream specifically on that issue. Okay. So lots of love. Okay. Time management. Cool deal. Awesome. If you have any requests, let me know. Lots of love. Talk to you guys soon. Okay.